Right now, Bitcoin has broken above one of the most important levels of resistance, and everything is lining up exactly right now, including the fact that on the imminent short term, we are creating a very strong uptrend. We are seeing the retest of this very important previous level of resistance, and we are creating a very big CME gap right now on the top side on the market. So I'm gonna be talking all about this, what is currently happening on the imminent short term, what is going to be happening on the next week in Bitcoin, and I'm gonna be exactly break it all down here on today's update video. So don't forget to once again watch this video till the end, slap up that like button back above 1000 likes, it will be highly appreciated, and let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So to kick off the video on the imminent short term, we are once again over the course of this weekend creating another CME gap, this time around $96,900 approximately, and really just like all the previous CME gaps we had, the same expectation is going to be there for this one. So what we're expecting is that at the end of today or at the beginning on the Monday, we are likely going to be filling up the CME gap, and then we're just going to be having a full week of price action based on the forecast we are having on the trend lines we're currently creating. So it is likely that Bitcoin is at least going to come up about 1% towards the upside in the next 24 hours. But really, if I'm looking at Bitcoin right now, we are right now also seeing that we are actually retesting this very important level of previous resistance now into support, and Bitcoin is actually right now bouncing from off this level, which is interesting to be seeing. At the same time, we are creating somewhat of an upward sloping parallel channel. We are creating higher highs every single time together with higher lows on the lower side, and basically Bitcoin is slowly creeping up towards the upside. And ultimately, I mean, we have seen the ascending triangle break out here. It is a bullish bias pattern after we had this major rally towards the upside, and now we're just seeing a retest of this pattern, which is ultimately going to be considered to be extremely bullish. But in my opinion, what is going to be the most important thing here, this level right here, that 95 to 96k level, is a very important level of resistance. And right now, Bitcoin is exactly breaking above that level, and actually it previously right also was acting as resistance, and now it is getting retested as support. And realistically speaking, the next big target of resistance in this entire consolidation phase is around $102,000. And if we're just going to be looking at the funding rates at this moment of time, still negative funding rates. And what this means is that the majority of the traders are trading short. It also means that there's no real euphoria in the market. And also, every single time historically, whenever we see negative funding rates, it corresponds with a bottom in the market. And usually Bitcoin, especially whenever it's an uptrend, creates such negative funding rates, it does continue the trend onwards towards the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised that Bitcoin is going to be coming up towards $101,000 on the imminent short term. And of course, if we're going to be talking about the bigger perspective, we are of course seeing that higher low getting created on the weekly time frame. And it's going to be absolutely critical that we do continue higher above the previous high right here, because if we right now top out right here, we're going to be of course create a lower high, and ultimately if we do so, it is probably going to be marking somewhat of a topping structure for Bitcoin. But as long as that is not happening, I believe we shouldn't be worried. And I do think that really, if I'm going to be looking realistically at Bitcoin, we are right now at somewhat of the final move of this very exponential growth phase, and I think that 130 towards approximately $140,000 is a very good take profit target in my opinion. And what I will be doing is never go all out of crypto. I will always hold a lot of Bitcoin, but what I will be doing is, especially my altcoins, I will scale more out of them and maybe go into cash generating assets like real estate, and that is just a way better approach in my opinion at this moment of time here. So very exciting what we're seeing over there. Then at the same time, what we're also seeing right now is that Bitcoin history is very much repeating right now here. We are seeing the falling wedge breaking out towards the upside. The continuation is happening on the weekly time frame as well. We're just retesting the previous all-time high. It is ultimately looking very strong here, and as long as Bitcoin is not breaking below this upper sloping trend line right here, I do not believe we should be all too much worrying. And I mean, I still have my trades open. You can exactly copy my trades as well here by going to the link description of today's video and copy my trades. But right now I am just still looking to of course cash out more profits, and my take profit for Bitcoin is $110,000, and for Ethereum it's going to be $2,500. So these are my take profits on my trades currently. And I do believe these are going to be hit anytime soon here. And of course, whenever we are going to come to a certain space in the market where I think, okay, now it is actually likely we're going to be topping out, I will be, of course, also go into some short positions in the market as well here. And I will show you how will be doing that with futures grid trading bots as well here. Because I believe the best way to trade right now is using this grid trading bots here. And actually an interesting signal, which is right now flashing as well, is that right now, once again, on the 3-day time frame, the EMA ribbon is once again flipping bullish. And actually, every single time we've seen a slight little red flip here on the EMA ribbon. And whenever it flipped back bullish again here, it always corresponded with a major continuation towards the upside. A major one here. And that is once again happening right now as well here. So super excited for that. Excited how it's going to be playing out here. Ethereum right now, for the first time in 5 months, is creating a green month as well. And yeah, last year we had about 24% gain. And historically, in May, we tend to see Ethereum go up about 27% here. And we're up about 2% right now here. But it could be in for a very nice rally towards the upside. So super excited for that here. And honestly, there is some very exciting news as well for Ethereum. Because Vitalik yesterday proposed a new version to simplify layer 1 solutions on Ethereum. Just more like Bitcoin. And yeah, of course, he's still trying to improve the protocol. I still think Ethereum is going to be doing very well. It is quite undervalued at this moment of time. It is sitting at the legendary support line. It is, of course, right now starting to create somewhat of a reversal of this major downward sloping trend here. And of course, I am looking at all these charts right here. And ultimately, it is just quite heavily undervalued at this moment of time here. And you have to understand that right now, 0 out of the 30 peak bull market indicators have flashed so far. So it is actually likely that we are still going to see a big continuation towards the upside. So I'm super excited still for the entire market. I still think we will be doing good here. And in my personal opinion, I think that in the next rally higher, it is going to be the final rally higher for Bitcoin and crypto. And I am going to be taking more aggressive profit on this next rally higher here. So this is going to be my strategy. I will let you know, of course, exactly what I will be doing whenever the price is doing. And whenever I do think the market top is, of course, going to be in here. So this was it for me in today's update video. It was definitely a shorter kind of a video, but there's not a lot of stuff happening. It is weekend. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.